What's up, my Breaking Bad friends? Welcome back for another episode. We are coming off the masterclass in dialogue episode. Last time had so many incredible one-liners and just interactions between characters, just phenomenal TV filmmaking, and so excited to get into this episode, see what sort of ramifications those interactions have, because Walter kind of pissed off a lot of people in that episode, or at least he didn't think about the consequences for what he was doing. Obviously, he angered Skyler again, even though he had just barely finally gotten in good graces with her. And then he also is slowly severing some ties with Jesse, with no help from Gus, of course, who seems to actively be trying to separate him to bring Jesse more onto his side. And it's working so far, it seems. Jesse seems to be starting to gain a little bit more respect for Gus, and especially for Mike. Their relationship has grown a lot closer together, which is actually pretty cool. I kind of like that, especially because we hadn't really seen Mike warm up to anybody in the show. He's always kind of been more of this serious, stoic presence, and so him kind of recognizing the merit in Jesse last episode was really great. And so last one was a little bit slower paced just because it was very dialogue heavy, but obviously, as I mentioned, doesn't mean it's not a phenomenal episode. So I'm thinking maybe we might get a little bit more intensity in this one. We'll see. Obviously, Hank, we still have to see what he discovers after finding that Los Pollos bag and connecting that Gale probably is not his guy. So I'm very interested to see what develops with his investigation and his character. Hopefully he won't be too far away from getting back on his feet, literally, but I'm excited to get into this episode with you guys. Hope you are as well. If by the end of the video you enjoyed it, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. Helps the video reach a lot more people, helps the channel out. Appreciate your guys' support as always. You can check out my full-length reaction to this episode and all the other Breaking Bad episodes I've done on my Patreon, the link for that being in the description below, and those are always uploaded before the YouTube edits, so you can get them ahead of time there as well. And of course, you'll need your own copy of the show to watch along with me and sync it up. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into episode 7. What the heck is going on right now, man? That's a freaking startling introduction. Oh, of course, it's just Jesse laying waste on the video games, which was a very old person way to state that. I don't know why I said it like that. I mean, that sewer looks pretty bad wherever his character in the game is. It almost resembles his apartment, though, because his apartment's become a complete mess. Whoa, dude, that edit was freaking sick, man. That was so cool how they did that. I was gonna say, I'm very surprised that Jesse is able to play a shooter game at this point, being so fresh off a kill. Great intro right there. I'm sure it's no coincidence that the game he's playing is called Rage, but I'm worried that that little interaction right there, deciding whether to quit or restart, might be some foreshadowing for the direction his character is gonna go, because he doesn't seem to be shying away from stuff like that right now anymore, at least, as he was. He might get worse and jump farther into it.
Spent the better part of an hour sweet-talking the manager down to a restocking fee. $800.
For 2 days.
That's what you get for not thinking things through, Walter. He's definitely being pretty careless right now. Oh, okay, please tell me that Walter Jr. is doing that. That'd be sick. I'd also be surprised if it was Walter. Nice. Walter's got some skill, man. I feel like it's been a couple episodes in a row where we've really seen Walter have some skill behind the wheel. Oh no, Walter, come on, man. It's definitely gonna be a lot more than an $800 restocking fee now. Is Walter just gonna blow up the car? What is he doing? Money must really not matter to him one bit. Please tell me it blows up in one take. Oh, dang. It's not like the action movies, man. Doesn't blow up quite that quick. I love how Breaking Bad does that a lot, where they take some sort of trope from films or TV and then they just make it so like boringly realistic, but it's still really entertaining.
I'm at the Pavilion parking lot. How long do you think that would take?
Oh, there it is, man. What a sick shot. I cannot believe he just exploded that thing. That's insane. This man is so unpredictable.
Was it worth it?
I don't need to hear the blow by blow. Just tell me it's done.
I'm sorry, did I wake you? I caught this thing before it got into the system. That means your record stays clean.
Walter has gotten so detached from reality recently. If it wasn't for Skyler and Saul and all these other people around him, he would have been screwed so long ago.
What is it, Fring?
He will see me dead, and there's nothing I could do about it. All that's left is to wait.
Oh, I don't know if I want to go back to this stress, man. Just this constant force looming in the background.
You could help me find a third party. Someone who can ameliorate the situation.
Ditch the thesaurus, all right? You talking about a hitman?
Dude, he is willing to take some freaking drastic measures. You can't put a hit on Gus. That'll make the situation worse.
Whatever Goomba we buy at some point is going to come head-to-head with our friend Mike. Gus Fring, hey, just winging that guy is not going to ameliorate your situation.
I gotta agree big time with Saul, man. Even if Walter somehow takes out Gus and then by a miracle takes out Mike, then he's gonna be the one who eventually has to deal with the cartel. It's never gonna stop.
What happened exactly?
I was at a diner with Mike. He just shows up. They send me outside and the two of them talk.
Interesting. Jesse's cleaning up his house. This is a great thing. Happy to see him finally putting himself back together.
He says he sees something in you. He can't truly think that you'd forget, let alone Gail, let alone Victor.
I'm getting the vibe that Walter is starting to play the game as well with Jesse, trying to manipulate him with his words.
Is it possible he would think that you're that weak-willed?
Drop the sales pitch. I'll do it.
You'll do what?
I'll kill him.
Whoa, what the heck, dude? That was so unexpected. Jesse is in the freaking big leagues now. This man's not afraid of anyone. Holy crap. I guess that's why that opening scene was so crucial to show his mental state at this point, that he's ready to kind of take an action like that again. Also, that's a huge relief that Walter and Jesse are still on the same team.
22 actual cars. Last night. How much is that?
$274,000.
Holy crap. This man is raking it in way too fast.
You make $7,125,000 a year?
7.5 even, before expenses.
Dude's a freaking millionaire. How the heck are they gonna fake that their business is making so much money?
Didn't expect this amount of money.
Skyler, this is a simple division of labor. I bring in the money, you launder the money. This is what you wanted.
I never wanted any of this.
Dang, great dialogue right there, man. Skylar's just been thrust into this situation against her will. She's hanging on. I don't think Walter truly appreciates all that she's doing in order to help him and keep up appearances with everybody else. But honestly, I don't even know if he cares at this point.
You're telling me you made this in the lab?
Why not? Making it in his own lab seemed appropriate.
There's not much of it.
That's poetic, man. Making the thing that would kill Gus in the lab he's paying for Walter to work in.
You slip it into his food or drink. There shouldn't be any taste or smell. 36 hours later.
Maybe third time is the charm with this thing. They've tried so many times to get people poisoned with no success.
I don't even know when I'm going to see Gus again.
Keep it with you. When you have the opportunity, be ready.
That'd have to be such a specific opportunity, not only for Jesse to see Gus again, but to sit down where he'd have a meal. Definitely ramps up the intensity, though, if he ever does show up again. What? Is he gonna put it in the cigarette? That's actually genius, dude. Jesse is freaking with it, man. Holy crap. I sometimes underestimate him.
Don't worry. You're not gonna have to pick me up. It might take me a while, but I'll get there.
Oh, dude, he's actually showing up to Los Pollos. Freaking awesome, man, to see him cruising around like that. This man's gonna be walking normally in no time.
Your dad just up and buys you a brand new Challenger? How does that happen?
We were looking at used cars and I kinda...
You guilted him into it, yeah.
Shoot, every single conversation with Hank now has me worried that the last piece of the puzzle is gonna fall into place for him.
Agent Schrader, it's a pleasure to see you here. Hey, you're looking very well.
Chalk it up to clean living and vitamin pills.
The freaking audacity of Gus to talk to this man like a friend when he's the reason he's in a wheelchair.
Can I get you anything else? A refill, perhaps?
Sure. Take a Diet Coke. Thank you very much.
No way, Hank, you genius, dude. I've said that way too much this episode, but people are deserving it, man. There's a lot of smart folks in this. Unfortunately, that fingerprint match is not gonna be there because it's gonna be Victor's, at least I assume. Yo, I just realized, what if Jesse and Walter somehow managed to kill Gus before Hank can find out any sort of connection, good or bad, between Gus and everything? Because that would make it even easier to narrow it down for Walter, I feel like, because there's not many other options that you could pin it to. Holy crap, dude, they are in the same place. I'm freaking nervous for this. I don't know if I've ever seen Gus smoke anyway. Oh, wait, actually, I don't think Jesse's going to smoke or have him smoke. I think he's going to use the cigarette he smuggled in to put it somewhere.
Guys down here with a backup out of sight. We got Tyrus down in the tree line. Bearing 50.
No way, dude. If he's successful in this, he could take out both Gus and Mike. No way this happens right now, though.
I don't have an extra holster. You stick this in your pocket, keep it out of sight.
Oh, fantastic sound editing right there. I feel like because that was a semi-positive interaction with Mike that Jesse's not going to want to do it anymore. Dang it, bro. That was the opportunity. I don't see him getting another perfect chance like that, man. Oh, they just gotta kill me with that frame, bro. He would have killed Gus. Jesse, dude, I feel like you made a massive mistake there because I don't know if Gus and Mike actually trust you.
You want to sweep the place before you bring in your guys?
I am the guy.
All right, then.
Man, if they serve coffee to this dude as well, I'm gonna be so freaking upset at Jesse for not putting the poison in there. Imagine he takes out everybody that would have stood in their way.
Ustedes ya saben lo que quiere el cartel y cualquier otra cosa sería un gastadero de tiempo. Así es que sí, o es que no.
Wait, what does the cartel want? It's not still Hank, is it? Am I forgetting something? Or is it just Gus doing business somewhere else and they want that territory again? I'm not 100% sure. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely killing me. This editing, my heart is beating so fast right now.
You got something in mind?
Jesse had so many chances to do it. Obviously, if he did at that last point, he would have died instantly as well.
He said he sees something in me. Like what?
I'd guess loyalty. Only maybe you got it for the wrong guy.
Dang, Mike is so with it. Nothing gets past him, and they freaking know that they're probably attempting it as well.
Jesse?
Yes, this dude is back.
Hey. Hey, long time no see.
So glad he keeps popping up in the show. He's great every time he's on screen.
Okay, we're gonna get started. You coming in?
We gotta own our actions, but...
Yes, give me more of these scenes. Every time I feel like there's some dynamite dialogue and we get a great look at Jesse's character.
Jesse, anything you want to talk about?
A couple weeks back, I killed a dog.
Oh man, this dialogue is gonna be great, I know it. He's disguising his real problems, but I'm sure we're gonna get a great look at how he's feeling.
You know, he didn't know what was happening. He didn't know why.
He was suffering. It was a kindness.
No, he wasn't sick. He was just like a problem dog.
This is elite writing, man. I love this. I love the way that every scene is so much deeper than surface level dialogue.
We're not here to sit in judgment. Why not? Maybe I should have done something different. If you just do stuff and nothing happens, what's it all mean? What's the point?
Man, Aaron Paul is giving such a great performance. This is incredible.
So no matter what I do, no matter how many dogs I kill, I just do an inventory and accept why I'm here in the first place is to sell you meth.
Holy crap, dude. This has got to be one of the best moments of the show, specifically for Jesse. This is just amazing filmmaking, man. This is top tier. Bro, that was incredible. I was left speechless there for most of that. Holy cow, man. What acting in that scene from Jesse, of course, but also from the other people in the room. Can't discount them in contributing. I'm not too sure exactly what all that means for Jesse's character, but maybe it means he's done accepting things the way they are, accepting Walter for putting him in these positions. I'm not sure. Or maybe he's done trying to be the good guy. I don't know.
So what are you thinking? This is your Heisenberg?
No, what I think we got here is Heisenberg's former cook, and maybe a line on Heisenberg himself.
Dang it, Walter, what have you done? You had everything perfect for you, and you put him back on the trail. I still cannot believe he did that. But again, Hank could end up thinking Gus is Heisenberg.
But now I get this crazy idea. That napkin. Remember I told you Bedeker's a vegan, right? What's a vegan doing in a fried chicken joint?
Love the cinematography of this scene. All the close-ups on their faces. Great for showing emotion in a tense moment like this.
This guy. I mean, what do we know about Gustavo Fring, huh?
Oh my gosh, he does think it's Gus. This is incredible. Not gonna lie, I'd freaking love to see Hank take down Gus after everything that's happened to him.
I had to be wearing a tinfoil hat, you know? Except, can't seem to wrap my mind around this one little thing. What are Gustavo Fring's fingerprints doing in Gail Bedeker's apartment?
Oh, no way! He did make a connection! Oh, Hank, you absolute legend. My guy is back. I can't believe it. No, it cuts the episode, of course. Dang it, dude. This show loves cliffhangers this season. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see where this goes. This is awesome. I totally thought it was going to be Victor this whole time who had the fingerprints. I didn't even consider that the fingerprints were coming from the napkin. What an episode. Things are heating up right now, man. The legend has returned. My guy Hank is back in full force. I loved his involvement in this episode and the development where he finally officially found evidence for Gus being involved in this whole thing. And so I'm so stoked for that to develop more and for confrontations to happen between Hank and Gus. That's just going to be amazing. And I know I'm jumping way ahead because I have no idea what's actually going to happen with stuff, but if there is ever a point in this show where Hank has to take down Gus in any way, but especially if he has to kill Gus, that could potentially be like the most poetic and satisfying moment I've ever seen in a TV show before. So I'm very much anticipating the rest of this season, specifically the next episode, because I know sometimes this show can move really fast through stuff, especially in the past. Once Hank finds out a little thread that he can follow to some more truth. He really just moves. He's so efficient, and so super excited for him to be back in the mix, and he's walking around, and so hopefully he'll be able to go around without any sort of assistance soon, but I still feel like that may be a while away, because even though he is walking, it still seems like he's kind of struggling or in pain a little bit. But this episode, we also got a tour de force performance by Aaron Paul as Jesse. That was so good. Every scene in this, but specifically the scene in the support group, that was just amazing writing, shot selection, and acting. That was just a piece of TV art right there, man. And I'm still not fully sure what that means for his character going forward, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough, and I'll kind of recollect that moment and then be able to put the pieces together. And something about this show, man, I seem to really recall things well in this, much better than I do in a lot of shows, but I think that's just a credit to how well made this is, and how most scenes have such great emotional impact that as a viewer I do remember them. But it is cool to kind of see Jesse reach a big turning point in his life. He's cleaned up his house a lot, seems to have cleaned up his life a bit because he's not on meth anymore, but as far as his relationships with other people, that's kind of up in the air, because I'm not exactly sure where his loyalties lie, especially the conversation with Mike in the car, where Mike says he may have his loyalties in the wrong guy, and the way that they left that vague feels like Jesse could interpret that either way. Maybe he thinks that his loyalties in Walter are misplaced and they should be with Gus, or it could be vice versa. But I love that the show doesn't reveal too much, doesn't spell everything out, kind of leaves me, and I'm sure everybody who watches, guessing. But it blows my mind how just interesting and engrossing every single character in this show is for me. There's not a single person that I would not want to watch on screen. I feel like all their stories up to this point now are just so perfectly crafted that there's not a single moment of this that I'm not glued to the screen, and so that is a very extremely rare occurrence for me. And I found it no surprise in this that Walter is still trying to orchestrate things to get Gus out of the picture, and Mike eventually, but it's always unfortunate that he kind of uses Jesse as his pawn in these situations. He never seems to do things himself, but also I don't know if he's capable of doing things himself in this position. It seems like Jesse would be the only person that could get to Gus, but I guess we will see if Gus gets under fire with the DEA and the police in general, if that kind of puts him at ease. But I could also see him finding out that Hank is tracking down Gus and switch from Jesse to Hank and pushing him towards that. But I am so excited to keep going with you guys, and if you enjoyed this video, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. Helps the video reach a lot more people and helps the channel out as always. And you can check out my full-length reaction to this episode on my Patreon. The link for that is in the description below, and until the next video, I will see you all later. Peace.